special good night, special good evening to another edition of Iwer Stage. And when I say another edition, I mean a special edition because this is the closing of the Calypso History Month. When we say the closing of the Calypso History Month, we mean the closing of the mother and the father of this industry, the mother of the father of Trinidad and Tobago, the first voice. Because when I say the first voice, anything had to happen in this country in the past is when the Calypsonian say so is so. And if I could go back only a little bit, when Luther they say the driver driving good and the driver could ride, you know, that you mean the man who in office not going and win election that year and he didn't win that election that year. Anything the Calypsonian say is what has happened. And tonight is a very special night. And we have one of the greatest Calypsonian who have the most amount of Calypso Monarch on his belt. Is going to grace us with his presence here tonight so that we could close the Calypso History Month. But let me tell you all a little bit about Iwer Stage. Everybody know the mission. The mission is to keep culture alive. And when I say culture, I talk about in general. We're talking about the pan, because we have pan on the Thursday night. We're talking about the Calypso, Friday's Calypso night. We're talking about the soca and the chutney, that is Saturday night, and the parang, they share up that night. Then we're even talking about the zessers, the new thing in Trinidad now, the local reggae. We talk about them too. They have the Sunday night. And on the Wednesday night, you know, we always give God thanks first. So on the Wednesday night, it's worship night right here on Iwer Stage. We don't know what we're going to do with the Monday and Tuesday yet. We go figure out something for the Monday and Tuesday. But every creed and race have to find an equal place on Iwer Stage. Right? So the mission is to keep culture alive because over the past 40 years, a lot of great men and women travel all over the world and sell Trinidad and Tobago a one-on-one with the people, jumping up on stage in Germany, France, Italy, Totola, Anguilla, Grenada, America, and make us proud. And during the pandemic, we are afraid that we may not get the opportunity for a little while. So in the meantime, we create the Iwer Stage so we could service the people. So right now, we're servicing. But, you know, these shows is not really free for us, you know, it have costed. So we just ask the people who are enjoying this show, you know, we aren't taking no storming this evening. You know, you all can make a small donation using your credit card on the Fundmetnt TNT. You all could go on the Fundmetnt TNT and make a little donation on the Fundmetnt TNT. And if you're anywhere in New York in the Tri-State, you could use your Cash App and just send it to Neil Iwer George on Cash App. Right? So we're getting the program rolling now. So right now, I want to take all to the interview stand to my co-host, my partner. Yeah, my co-host. Aisha Wells will take the interview and then we come back to the stage after. Go ahead, Aisha Wells. Yes. All that play. Make sure Aisha mic is working for me, please.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you very much. So all that play I have up in there?
Yes, yes, yes.
Again? What? Welcome to another edition of Iwer Stage, everyone. Thank you so much for being a part of us. Don't forget to donate generously to Fundmetnt TNT. And, of course, you go search Iwer Stage and donate. And then, of course, if you're in the Tri-State, as Iwer says, use Cash App and make it payable. Let me say good afternoon to my guest, my gorgeous guest that's in the building with us today. It's Nefta.
Yes, that's right.
Nefta
Kojo.
How you doing, Nefta?
I am well. Thanks.
Beautiful name. Could you tell us what it means?
Nefta meaning oasis or black princess. Kojo meaning unconquerable.
Wow.
Also born on
powerful
Wednesday.
name for a powerful sister.
That's right.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, Nefta.
All right. For those who don't know, I am Nefta Kojo, the daughter of Calypso Queen Anne-Marie Parks Kojo, also known as Calypsonian Swiggy. I've been singing for the past 27 years because I love the music naturally. However, from a professional standpoint, I'll have to say for the past, between 5 and 8 years, professionally.
Really?
Yes.
Tell us, how has the journey been?
It's been wonderful, I must say. A lot of space for improvement, and the thing about it is it's great when you could actually see where you could, make the difference. Other than that, it's just being on the stage, something I love to do, so it's enjoyable.
I always ask Trinidad and Tobago, what is it like to hit that stage, knowing that crowd is waiting for a performance? Is it electrifying?
Yes, it is. It is breath. It is the breath of life. You enjoy that moment, knowing that they're coming to hear what you have to render. And in my case, hearing what you have to offer in the sense of something educational, something to remind them of who they are. Yes, I enjoy that.
Your style of music is social commentary?
That, for the most of it,
For
yes.
the most of it?
Yes.
And who writes your songs?
I write all my songs.
Really?
Yes, I do.
Tell me, because I know most persons sometimes either they sing or they write, but you do both.
Yes, I do.
What brings you inspirations?
Life itself, events, things that taking place upon the face of the earth. Just pay attention to what's happening, whatever the people might be talking about in the sense that might be passionate about, and that tends to drive me to write.
You're writing, you're singing, and we are in COVID-19. Are you worried that, things may go in a direction where it may hamper, not help your craft?
No, I am not. The reason for that is because I tend to have a positive outlook on things. So I'm not really looking for the what if it doesn't happen. Right now I'm preparing for when things are back to, when things are happening, and that way that you can perform. Yeah.
I definitely like your spirit. There are so many young and upcoming Calypsonians in this field. If you had to advise one today, what would you tell them?
Young Calypsonians, upcoming, be yourself, love what you do, and when you're giving them, give them a jam it.
Yeah. Iwer?
That sounds like something I will tell somebody, That is something like I will say in a song. Yeah, well, all of that Aisha Wells, doing the interview. So right now we're going to move on to the next interview with the Lord, the mighty, the boss, the greatest Calypsonian ever, Chalkdust. We're moving on to Chalkdust right now. Go ahead, Aisha Wells.
Well, I saw him when I walked in, and you look the same way you did when my granny used to carry me to watch you sing on that big stage. You ain't aging at all.
That's good.
Excellent. How you doing?
Well, I'm fine.
Dr. Hollis, Liverpool, Trinidad and Tobago, the mighty Chalkdust.
It's a pleasure to be here, man. It's a pleasure to be here.
I'm glad. I feel like, I'm in. All you ever see me fumble for words? I'm in the presence of royalty. You've been doing this for years. Tell us about your journey. How has it been?
Well, my journey has been long, very long, and it's like I've had some challenges in my journey, but overall, if I had to live my life again, I'd be a Calypsonian. Because I enjoyed Calypso so much, especially in the olden days, especially the Calypso tents, and it brought me a lot of fun. It heightened me, etc. And I just love to sing to people, so that I enjoy the journey. I really enjoyed my journey.
Now, man.
Because I've seen so many places in the world.
I was about to ask.
So many places in the world, I sang Calypso on the borders of Russia. Would you believe that?
Wow.
On the borders of Russia, in Finland, and the borders of Russia, singing Calypso.
When I tell you, when I think of Chalky, I think of whatever comes to your mouth, Chalky sing it. Yeah. He is the type of person will put anything in a song. And Chalky hits hard when he hits in. But your Calypsonians always make sense. And you don't ever sing a Calypso unless you're giving a solution coming down to the end of it. You really, I can't say, but you're a professor by nature. That's what you do. You school people through your music.
Well, I'm a professor in my profession also.
That's correct.
But in Calypso, I try to bring that teaching unit in the Calypso. And when you finish, hear the Calypso, you must learn something, So that's why you write the Calypso as though you're doing a story, you're communicating with people. And that's what I love to do.
So many of our golden boys, I call you guys, are no longer here with us.
Sure,
and
right.
you are. So I'm really grateful that you took the opportunity to talk with us. Calypso History Month. A lot to reflect on. We're in times that we never believed we would be in. The
Yep.
world is in a pandemic.
Yep.
Where do you see Calypso going now? Coming from where you came from, looking at it now, give me your honest opinion.
Well, some of the youths and them have surprised me because many of them, they are composing for themselves. And those who are not composing are singing good calypsos. I've heard many beautiful calypsos from the youth. And when people say calypso dying or anything like that, I just laugh at them because the youth have taken it up. I mean, all of them wouldn't go as far as probably Stalin or etc., but they're going very far. Yeah. And they're learning. And the point I'm making is that as they sing along and they sing, they're learning something. Wow. And every year they're learning something. And every year I'm seeing something good among the youths and them, the young people. You know, they may not make a hit, but they're learning something. And they're taking on the culture of Trinidad and Tobago, and they're going to go very far.
I'm really glad to hear that. And if you have, I'll ask you the same question I asked Nefta. If you have to give advice to a young Calypsonian coming in, what would you tell him or her?
Well, that's a very easy question because I've given so much advice to young Calypsonians in the past. First thing you have to understand, if you want to be a lawyer, you have to study law.
That's right.
And if you want to be an architect, you better go and study architecture.
Correct.
So that if you want to be a Calypsonian, go and study the Calypso.
Wow.
Study the Calypso, understand the art form, understand the history of the art form before you even sing a song. And when you understand the history of the art form, then you can know where you're going, how to sing it. Study what other Calypsonians have done. Study topics, how they have dealt with certain topics. And then you'll begin. You know, Stalin used to tell me, I go to audition sometimes, and I go to audition with Calypsonians because they sing so badly sometimes that they spoil topics. So that so many Calypsonians have spoiled topics. So study how other Calypsonians have dealt with those topics, and then start to sing a song. Make yourself into a Calypsonian by trade first. Understand the industry, and then sing along.
Your fans expect every year to get what is happening in social commentary, current affairs, and Chalky song. Do you have something for them next year, Chalky? You already working on it?
No, I haven't started yet, but I work on it in my brain first. Huh?
Got you.
So right now I'm working it on my brain first. I haven't written anything, but I'm massaging it, you know. What we Calypsonians do, we massage the topics first.
Right.
And after we massage the topic, then we take out our pen and begin to write.
Wow.
So I'm massaging it right now.
Iwer, he is awesome. He's awesome indeed.
He is the greatest, you know. I did say he is the greatest, you know. But you know, one of the things we do when we're on Iwer Stage, you know, we allow the callers to call and talk to the artists before they sing,
That's
you know.
right.
So we like to go to the phone line, give out the numbers. The number is 463-7005. Take it down. 463-7005 and talk to Chalkdust.
Yeah.
You know, tell him, you know, talk to him.
It'll be a pleasure.
You know what I mean? Just talk to him. Tell him sing something about DSS next year, you know. You know, tell him sing something, you know what I mean? Call the number 463-7005.
Feel free.
And in the meantime, while you all dialing, the people on the live, I'd like you to share the live. You know, I'd like you to keep sharing the live. The people on the live, keep sharing the live. Just, you know, the people on the street page and seeing you, just go over here and just press like and press share. So all the people, all your friends is going to see what you're doing, and they will get involved with what you're doing, and all they're going to have a good time. You know what I'm saying?
We have a call on the line. Caller, you live? Caller,
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to Mr. Hollis Liverpool and my favorite talk show host, Aisha Wells.
How you doing today?
Yeah, recently we have had one or two deaths with respect to artists.
Yep.
What I would like to know from Mr. Liverpool is, and obviously they die, some of them die needing help and what have you.
Yep.
We are losing our icons in the art form. What do you think, not necessarily only government, but what do you think we should do so that those who are currently living now, okay, and more or less in their twilight years, what can we do to help them currently and possibly make sure that their legacy live on in that sense? Because I do not like to hear our Calypsonian icons and other artists dying in poverty or reaching out for help, okay, when that should not have been. we need to also honor them when they are alive. What are your views on this?
Beautiful. Well, first of all, like any other profession, Calypsonians have to learn to make money and save. You can't depend on government all the time, but at the same time, the government has a job to do, and the government has to help the artist, because government has to help the art. But the Calypsonian himself has to plan for his future. If he doesn't plan enough for the future, then he'll be in trouble. So while you're making your money, you have to learn to plan. At the same time, government has a duty to help Calypsonians. Not only government, Calypsonians have helped the society in all different ways. They have helped not just government, they have helped companies.
Yeah.
You know, Kitchener should tell me that. They have helped companies, and they have helped to keep this country stable.
Right.
And before you go and kill your wife, you come to a Calypso tent. Catharsis. So you have a duty to the Calypsonian to make the society stable.
That's right.
So that they have to help us at the same time. I'm happy when I saw Stuco starting an insurance and insurance with the Calypsonians. I felt good, even though I find there's a drop of water in the ocean. 30,000 or 300,000 is a drop of water in the ocean, but it's a good start.
It's a good start.
It's a good start. So that we have to have insurance for Calypsonians, etc., health insurance. But at the same time, government has to help the artists, because the government not only makes money from the art, but the government makes a certain amount of stability in the country from the art form itself.
You know, the way I see Calypsonians travel the world and so many things they have done in their lifetime in the art form, I think, you know, this should be captured somehow,
Sure.
putting a documentary.
Sure.
So children coming on can see Chalky singing on the borders of Russia.
Sure. To talk about Calypsonians and helping them, I wrote an article about 2 weeks ago about when Swallow died. Swallow was not only getting awards from his government in Antigua, Swallow was getting a salary from the government of Antigua until he died.
Interesting.
And they paid for all his expenses, all his health expenses. The government of Antigua paid for all.
So they took care of Swallow.
They took care of him. In fact, when he died, 2 weeks they kept him in Antigua. They wouldn't bury him.
They don't want to let him
They don't
go.
want to let him go.
Wow.
2 weeks he stayed there. You wouldn't bury him.
Yeah, and let me jump in here. Plus, he had a diplomatic passport.
A diplomatic
Are you kidding
passport.
me?
Yes.
And we in Trinidad, who pride ourselves the home of Calypso.
Don't say it, Aisha.
Frankie McIntosh.
Aisha, don't say what you
Don't
want to
say
say.
it.
Frankie
You have to,
McIntosh,
Iwer.
diplomatic passport.
Yeah.
Gabby, diplomatic passport. Gabby in Barbados,
Gabby in Barbados.
diplomatic passport. Short shirt in Antigua,
Wow.
red diplomatic passport.
No, but Talpri have one too.
Talpri have one in Grenada.
Talpri have
Talpri
one.
in
Yes.
Grenada?
No,
Yeah.
every Grenadian artist have a diplomatic passport.
Well, you had to move Grenada, Chalky.
All I got was the official passport when I was director of
Well,
culture.
we had to move on Grenada, plant peas into Grenada.
But I have a diplomatic face.
The lines are open. We are taking your calls. 463-7005. Call and talk to Dr. Hollis Liverpool, people. He's in the building. He's going to put on a show for you guys. I can't wait to hear Dubai.
In the meantime, while you're waiting for the phone call, I just want to big up Dwayne O'Connor is on the live.
Hi, Dwayne.
Maureen Martin is on the live. Brown Sugar Brong is on the live, right? Maureen Martin, Brown Sugar Brong. I have some more people. Take it down. Philip is on the live, and they're just saying, you know, they're ready for the show, you know. But in the meantime, you know, we're still talking to the artists and different things. So all of this, hold it on. I just want all of you keep sharing the live. Keep sharing the live. All you keep sharing the live. Just go on, you're on the page, you're on the street page. Just go on the press share and then share to all your friends. You know, if you're on Iwer George page, just press share, it go to your page. Okay? If you're on Iwer on Instagram, you do the same thing. Okay?
Don't forget as well to go to Fundmetnt TNT and, of course, make a contribution to the event. Make sure that we could continue to carry this on to bring our icons to you. And, of course, for those of you in the international scene, make your cash app payable to Neil Iwer George. Say good afternoon to your fans all over the world. They're viewing you, sitting here in all your glory. A fan in London can view you now, going to perform. This is where we're at.
Well, someone called me this morning from London and told me they'll be listening, you know. Look where the world has reached, eh?
This is where we are, Chalky.
Take the phone call, Aisha. Well.
Let's see who's there. Caller, you're live. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I want to ask Dr. Hollis Liverpool, where does he get his inspiration to write his calypso and to form his melodies?
Oh, well, from people like you. When people meet me on the street, they give me messages. When people meet me from my students, I get messages. I read the papers every day.
Yeah.
And I don't only read Trinidad papers, I read papers from all over the world every day. And that it gives you ideas, etc. But more importantly, you look at the Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
And when you look at Trinidad and Tobago, you see what is happening in Trinidad and Tobago. And you try to be original in the sense that you don't want to say something in Trinidad and Tobago in a calypso that everybody knows.
Yeah.
If they know it, learn to say it in a different way. Learn to do it in something that will bring interest. So even so, what is going on now, like the COVID-19, you have to bring something about COVID-19, but bring it in an interesting way. So I get my ideas from events in the country, but then I go and massage them and spin them over and bring it to you in a different way.
All right, we have another caller. Caller, good afternoon, you're live.
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. Blessings to Iwer first, Chalky, Nefta, Aisha. This Twiggy here.
Hi,
Chalky.
Twiggy.
Thanks a
How are
lot,
you?
Twiggy.
Yes, you talk about the diplomatic passports and stuff and the way King Solo, God rest his soul, being treated in Antigua.
Yes.
I remember we went to, I wouldn't say which government was in power at the time, and we went many years ago. We went to the president of Tuco. You know, at first we asked, well, we put Sparrow up front with a diplomatic passport, and we were asked why Sparrow should get a diplomatic passport.
Are you kidding
That's the
me?
kind of
Wow.
that's what we were asked. Why Sparrow should have a diplomatic passport, you know.
Insane.
It's very hurtful, you know.
Yeah.
So I say I had a call in, you know, because people just feel that to go sit and do nothing. But we've been championing these cause for a long time. Yeah.
Well, Twiggy, continue the fight. I know you're a sister.
We will continue. We won't give
Yeah.
up. We'll
Can't
continue.
give up.
Can't give up. Not
Can't
everybody.
give up at all.
Not everybody in government Twiggy have sense, you know.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Okay, good luck. Looking forward to hearing you and Nefta on the show, man. Yeah.
Thank you so
Okay.
much. Thank you. Hearing Nefta's baby in the background. Hi, baby. So, Chalky,
Yeah.
we were talking about your inspiration for music. The everyday man meets Chalky in the street.
Yep.
They say, Chalky, sing about this. Chalky, sing about that.
Yeah.
And you just, the melody comes on its own.
Yep. Well, the melody comes, and when you start to write the lyric in your brain first, the melody comes, because the melody has to be wedded to the lyric. There's a marriage going
It's a
on there.
marriage, that's right.
And therefore, you have to get the marriage well, you know, and before you start to sing, so that based upon the topic comes the melody. Based upon the theme comes the structure first. You see, but some people, they make tunes. When you make a tune, you can't get lyrics to fit the tune.
That's true.
And when you make, if you make lyric alone, if you make tune alone, you can't get the words.
That's right.
So you have to find that this lyric must be married to the melody.
Let me ask a question. You are what they deem one of the controversial Calypso kings.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Have you ever been worried that you rumple somebody feathers when you hit that stage?
Oh,
when
sure.
you put in this music together?
Oh sure. When I rumple your feathers, I feel good because.
Listen, you're well rumpled when you rumple
Oh
them, you know.
yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. I rumple a lot. See, I have rumpled, and when you rumple the big boys, here, etc., like the Prime Minister, you don't worry about small boys.
Yes, you go for the big
You go for
one.
the big ones, you know.
I go, George.
Probably that is why we never get the diplomatic passport. But I and all even fight my case for the diplomatic passport. But take the phone call, I go tell you about my own
I want to
after.
hear it. Caller, you live.
Good evening. Calypsonians promote our culture, not only in Trinidad, but throughout the world.
Yep.
Okay, that's a fact. What I want to know, in addition, is calypsos are very important. In terms of calypsos and calypsonians, where is our Calypso Museum, and what do you think about that?
Well, I heard somebody.
Thank you, caller.
Oh, thanks a lot. I heard somebody talk about the Calypso Museum this morning. You know, they wanted a big museum, etc. That's a good point they're making, because we tried. I'm at UTT at university, and we have been trying to get this Calypso Museum since I joined UTT. In fact, we're trying to get it at up that building up there. We
Okay.
tried our best, And when we tried to get that upper building, let me give out some secrets. The government said that was for another department.
Okay.
And so that the Ministry of Tourism was using that, etc., etc. So we couldn't get that and so on. But definitely we need more than that. I am the person who started the Carnival Institute. I started the Carnival Institute. But then they threw me out at the time, and they passed on to Pat Bishop. But we need a Carnival Institute, a good one, and we need a Carnival Museum. We need a Carnival Museum. So that is something that is lacking in the country. The Virgin Islands, for example, I don't know if Iwan knows it, but in the Virgin Islands, St. Thomas has all the clothes of Sparrow.
All Sparrow's clothing?
All Sparrow clothes. Ask Sparrow come up the stage to take it from him.
Really?
They have a big studio in St. Thomas.
Yes, yes.
All the clothes.
I know
wow.
of it. Yes.
All the outfits.
Yeah.
We are not here.
As a professor, do you think it's time we make Calypso and our culture part of the school curriculum?
I sang it in 1968.
You said it back then.
Yeah, I sang that in 1968, bringing Calypso in schools. 1968.
I think our curriculum, it's time for us to merge it around our culture, around our people, for it.
Yeah.
But I know Iwer have a story to tell me about the diplomatic passport. So
Well,
I need
you
to
know,
hear this thing now.
if you remember the year when I say, give me a bly in the sky, give me a
that.
bly, I had a whole verse about that. Where I say, don't wait till I point on my resort to send me no diplomatic passport, because it looked like I will get the diplomatic passport when I resign and point on my resort.
Yeah.
So I sing it in my song that year, but we've been advocating for, for the government to do the honorable thing.
Yes.
I even try to have discussion myself, but I think I figure out what is the problem.
What's up?
The government of Trinidad and Tobago, every government of Trinidad and Tobago, they are very fearful of Calypso.
Yep.
Why?
Because Calypso dictate too much a pace in their life. When the Calypsonians say you're losing the election, that is it, you ain't stand a chance.
Oh boy.
You understand what I'm saying? Right?
Oh boy.
And if you go back way back in, you will realize that is the problem
So
coming
the
up.
movement of the people comes from the Calypsonians and the
course,
Calypso 10.
of
Chalky,
course.
would you agree?
Of course. Suppose all the Calypsonians next year, if we had the chance, 2021, let's take one artist, or one person in the government, or a parliamentarian, and we say we're going to sing on he.
Come on now, man. Aisha Wells, when Plain Clothes that sing Chambers Dancy,
Oh boy.
the PNM win 3 seats,
Yeah.
So Calypsonians have
And
all
all Plain Clothes was
Power.
saying is Chambers don't see what happened in the country.
They only hear the dancing.
They just hear the Dancy part.
Yeah.
And before you know it, election come and PNM win 3 seats. So politicians are very fearful
Of
of
Calypso.
Calypso.
It's a juke is a certain all the time.
Yeah. If you remember, Luther had sing a song where he's saying the driver driving good.
Right, I remember.
And at the end of the year, they lose the election.
Yeah.
Then when Croco they sing, who does sing Tree Borat can live in one hole?
Croco.
Croco they sing Tree Borat can live in one hole. When they have the joint government with Robinson Pandey and the team,
Right.
Election, everybody lose. So you see, Calypso have a history, of gravitating to the people's heart in a special way.
Yes.
So I think that's the reason. So let's take a next phone call.
All right, let's see who else is there. Caller, you are live.
Good evening. In light of COVID-19 currently happening,
Yeah.
and maybe with us for a few more years, I would like to ask Dr. Hollis Liverpool, where does he see the Calypso 10 going from here in the next few years, given that we have challenges of COVID and people also are watching their dollar?
Well, that's one of the reasons why I were having this show, the virtual. You're seeing something, the virtual Calypso 10. And it may not be the show for next year or year after, but it's a start. In other words, you want to see where we're going. So all the people have to decide now is how to bring this art form to the people. The same way the Calypso 10 was started in 1920, 21. Same way they started Calypso 10. It's because a man says, what do we do to bring the Calypso from the plantation to the yards and to the people? And they started Calypso 10. So I'm sure that regardless of COVID-19, something good is going to come out of it.
I like that.
And the Calypso 10 will go on,
I like that.
Totally agree with you, Chalky.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is what we all about.
Yep.
Is to make sure we keep Calypso alive.
Alive.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
Yeah.
COVID can't stop Calypso.
And in order to make this dream a reality, we need your donations, Trinidad and Tobago. We need your donations, those of you abroad. Please go to Fundme TNT. Fundme TNT, search Iwer Stage, and generously donate towards Iwer Stage. And if you are international, use your Cash App. Make it payable to Neil Iwer George. Let's make the dream a reality. Dream work makes the
well,
team work.
it's time to make tonight a reality. I just want to tell the people we had a very special week this week.
Yes.
We had Pastor Bain this week on Wednesday. He mashed up the place.
Yes, he did.
And I make no apology when I say he's the greatest entertainer I ever seen in my life.
This is awesome.
The man hit some note. Not even Michael Jackson could have hit them notes when Michael Jackson was singing.
he's
You know,
awesome.
Sparrow is well good in hitting notes too, you know.
Yeah.
Right? But this brother from Tobago, I can't wait for the thing to open. I want to go to his church in Tobago.
Awesome.
Yeah, I need to go into that church.
Love
you know?
it.
And then last night we had Dane Galston and the
Ooh, that
band,
was
but
a
you know, he mashed
concert.
up the place. So tonight,
It was
you
a
know,
concert.
we come to mash up the place again. So I want all to keep sharing the live, call the people in London, in New York, tell everybody, go on the live, go on Iwer's TV, on YouTube, go on Neil Iwer George on Facebook, go on Iwer George on Instagram. The show is ready to start, but Aisha Wells, I think you need to come over here.
Yes. So,
You need to come over
as
here.
I always do, I want to say special thanks to my sponsors.
Yes. That suit here, one day you cast it on the chair with that
I
suit.
cast it on with it. So special thanks to my sponsors, Celebrity Couture, for my outfit today.
Very
Special
nice.
thanks to Natalie Douglas for the hair. And Glammed by Shanae for my makeup. She's awesome, Trinidad and Tobago. So, without further ado, Iwer George.
Well, I kind of vexed it, you know.
Why?
Because I find, you know, your makeup person being very selfish. They're handling you and they're handling me. But we have a next phone call. You know, just point the phone across there. Let me hear that phone call. Hello. You're live on Iwer Stage. Yes.
Hello.
Evening.
Why?
Because I find the makeup person being very
Yes, caller. We can hear you.
You
Not ready?
No, she was listening.
Or she was listening while she was
She was
talking.
foreign,
So, caller,
yeah.
when you call back in, lower down the volume on the radio, and of course, you can get into us.
So-
Yeah, let me see who's on our live. Maureen Martin. She says Calypso is all about the truth in songs all year round. Thank you so much for that. You know, I hear so many people talking about we make Calypso seasonal. And I think that is something we should break away from going forward. Would you agree? Yeah, we need to have Calypsos throughout the year and keep our thing alive. Definitely. So don't forget to make those contributions to fundmetnt.com, fundmetnt.com, search Iwer Stage, and generously donate.
I think we're ready for the show, you know.
We ready?
Yeah, we're ready for the show.
Awesome.
So here what I will do. Since you're looking so nice, I will leave the stage.
Yeah.
And I will let you bring on the artist.
Papa, I
Right?
got a big walk.
When Chalkdust come, when
So this
Chalkdust
Aisha
ready.
stage now?
Yeah, this is Aisha stage.
Right now?
Yes.
All right.
When Chalkdust ready, I go come back. Right?
Fair enough.
You bring on the
So,
artist.
without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, again, I want to thank you for being a part of Aisha's stage, yeah? And we get ready to bring on the artist, Nefta Kojo. Nefta, come up here, girlfriend. How you doing, queen?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Again, I can't wait to hear you. I hear you have a
Yes.
voice like your mother, Gil.
Something so.
Without further ado, let me get myself off your stage. Go ahead, go ahead.
Greetings, everyone. Pleasant good day. Thanks for joining us. Thank you so much. All power to the people. We the people fed up of flaking politics. Oh yeah. We the people fed up of all who catching pics. Oh yes. So we decide to stand like a tower again. Yeah. March through the streets shouting power, power again. Cause we see brand new schools dilapidated, and we see existing schools need renovating. Pay the price, our children stay at home. Cause like our zone, straight bullets fly through the window. Fix it. Oh yeah, we need to fix it. Those who know the streets are talking. Brothers and sisters, start thinking. So we stop nonsenses and retreats. And just like that, 70 repeats. Dreader, 1970, never forget. We need to fix it. So this citizen fed up, and we need to. People say the people, we the people say we need to fix it. Yeah. Too much ratatata. Check out world news and see rebellion taking place. Oh yes. Hong Kong, Lebanon, Uganda, India, the human race. Yes. Protesting for their rights, demanding equality and justice. Well, now is the time for us to surface. Yes. Why? Cause we see bloodshed daily. Murderers get locked up yearly. Families, yours and mine, left to groan, while killers freely roam. Fix it. Oh yeah, we need to fix it. Holding meetings. So it's vigilante groups are working, while the news reporting gang reprisal. It's vigilantes burning hooligan. Fix it. Oh yeah, we need to fix it. Cause the people fed up. So before all erupts, the people say the people, we the people say fix it. Yeah. Too much ratatata. I can go on and on about issues in T&C. All who talk can change. Let's do it collectively. Yeah. Cause over the years, it's so much we put up with. Too much excuses, like the records stick. While many of us lose our jobs and our homes, some turn street dwellers, left all alone. Down to the water system, have scandal. Some have it always, others none at all. Fix it. Oh yeah, we need to fix it. On the next hand, big fish swimming, while it's only wabi they're catching, which means they can handle the fight alone. So good citizens will help them lock the zone. So fix it. Oh yeah, we need to fix it. Cause the people fed up. So before all erupts, the people say the people, we the people say fix it. Yeah. Too much ratatata. There is a war of genocide taking place. Oh yes. Push a man work for massa to destroy his own race. Yeah. Black on black crime have a high rate in T&T. Revolution of the mind Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. Blessed.
Wait. It's finish. You finish. What is this? I know that they enjoy the vibes and the numbers. Come sing a next song now, please. Yes, sing a next song now, man. Good. The vibes now start to go nice and the numbers start to climb and you finish. You understand? Hey, we have a next song there?
Yeah.
Play a next song for the lady, man. Play a next song for the lady.
Different vibes. Pull out the warrior mode. Despite of, we are still sweet TNT. Yes, we are truly Twin Island. As they hit the airport and touch the island, sorrow and pain, we kiss goodbye. As we realize that we've landed in paradise. Look around and you can't believe. Swear that your eyes have been deceived. And recognize the beauty of TNT. We have a love that you can understand till you visit the land. Hello, shaking hands, you could be dancing down inside a band. When music hits you so, wanna stay till tomorrow. Tomorrow and tomorrow. Bamba diggy, a diggy ding day. Let the island take you away. Bamba diggy, a diggy ding day. Real energy. Bamba diggy, a diggy ding day. Let the island. All our we as one is a family. See we like men in Smoky Bunty. In the Caribbean, TNT is the #1. Once a year visitors come here. Natural beauty, we have it here. Flora and fauna, discover the. We have a rhythm when it touches your soul. Take you to a higher world. Make you feel so nice that you're sure to visit more than twice. I know you wanna come here soon, people. Keep it locked on. And with Drag Race, we know everything is gonna be great. Bamba diggy, a diggy ding day. Let my island take you. Bamba diggy, a diggy ding day. Plenty vibes and real energy. Bamba diggy, a diggy ding day. Beautiful Trinidad and Tobago. Come and take a taste of our Caribbean spice. Callaloo, peas and rice. Yes. On the swallows relaxing, eating, bake and shark, drinking coconut water in the nice hot sun weather. Trinidad and Tobago. Beautiful Twin Island. Thanks for having me again. Blessed love to everyone on the live. I'm seeing y'all. TNT, the whole of TNT locked on, the whole of London locked on, the whole of New York locked on. Yeah.
Wow. Your voice
well.
is awesome, Nefta.
Thank you.
Awesome. And there's so much energy in you when you perform. I'm really blown away by this.
Thank you.
You have really caught me. That little person, you don't think that powerful voice coming out now.
Right?
You're good. I love it. Again, you told me you write all your music.
That's right.
Yeah, so the inspiration just comes and you flow.
Yeah.
Who do your music?
Music. Most of the time, like this particular piece, this is actually Tyrone of Ishmael Style Records. Other than that, I work with Junior Iwer Joseph, foundation worker. Great work.
Excellent.
Yes.
Let me ask you something. You ever think about winning a road match?
Sounding like something in the making, you know.
I like how your song there. Because I have a song.
Sounding like
I
something.
sit down there and I'm looking at you and I have a song for next year for road match.
Nice.
I think you have a beautiful voice. Will
She
fit in that
does.
song.
She
Yeah.
does. And the energy is electric.
So just answer your phone when you see my number call. Yeah, just answer the number.
Answer the number.
You know,
when he
that's
calls.
sometimes some phone call that's coming in and all you have to say is yes, you know. Just when I call, they say yes. So thank you very much for coming,
Thank you again
darling.
for having me.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Calypso History Month. Aisha, who we have on the live over
I'm
here.
seeing Matthias Wilkie.
Yes.
Matthias, how you doing? Annie Romani. Chris Solom, good afternoon to you,
I
Queen.
seen Princess Jones.
Hi, Princess Jones.
I thought more people, you know.
Yes, the live is lit. Remember when you get in, like the video, share the live. Let's get enough people on the inside to enjoy the show.
Right.
Chalkdust is coming up. You do not want to miss that performance. Anne-Marie Kojo on the live. How you doing? Yeah, she Fifi. I love you. I don't know who's that already. Yeah? Thank you so much, Anne-Marie. Remember, guys, like the video, share the live, okay?
Right? But all I want to tell them is
June
this.
McLeod, we see you, June.
But all I want to tell them is this is the closing of Calypso History Month.
That's correct.
But this is not the closing of Calypso on Iwer Stage.
No, it is not.
Because next week we will be having another veteran Calypsonian here. Poser, mighty Poser, is going to be here tonight.
Excellent.
Anybody know the history of Poser?
I don't.
You understand? I mean, you know about Poser? Poser had some real big tune.
Wow.
Yeah, you understand? Pineapple party, smoke a watty.
Oh, that was Poser?
When you're finished,
song?
drink a Guinness.
Wow.
Find a corner, snatch up. You know that song? Poser coming here next week.
I can't wait.
And his son is going to be here, because his son is, he have his son getting ready to take up for him after. So his son is going to be here to open for him. So you cannot miss that experience.
No, you can't.
Next week,
all
Friday
going
night,
down right
on the
here
same time.
on
Poser.
Iwer's Stage.
I know a lot of people asking when is my night. My night is not due yet. It's everybody night. I'm letting everybody have the time and enjoy themselves, and I'm going to choose a date when I'm going to do Iwer. Right?
Excellent.
So it's not my night tonight, so I don't want to hug the stage no more. But all the people who give donations so far, I want to say thank you very much. And next week we're working on a better plan to do the donation. We'll do it during the course of the day.
Gotcha.
So while the show going on, you wouldn't have to bother to do the donation.
Because people are saying, I have to come off from the live.
Right. So next week we'll have a time, we'll have a 2 hours, that you could call in the radio station and make your donation. You could call, we could tell you if you're making a mistake, where you could do on different things, and we work with you to get your donations in. So when it show start, we ain't going to have to be arguing no donation. In fact, we don't want people to know how much money we just make. So, right? So we go make it outside of the thing. So Aisha, you want to bring on the boss, or you want to bring on the
I want
doctor?
you. Legendary. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take this opportunity. It's the first time I ever get a big opportunity like this in my life, to introduce an icon, to introduce a singer, and he's also a doctor, an artist that I will never get to his standard in this life. I know it, because when I listen to his music, I don't already know I will never get there. But I pray to God that one day he will put me there. I would like to take this opportunity to bring one of the greatest Calypsonian of all time to Iwer Stage. Ladies and gentlemen, introduce on stage, Chalkdust.
My signature song, 1973. Jockey boy, they rob you bad. That's where in East Havana. You should have been placed between King Sparrow and Katrina. That's the talk that you will hear all over for the state. Oh boy, look, you're sure to pay. Don't you go back there again. If you want to win the crown, you got to sing us a fast song. It must have some pep and jump to make people shake their rump. Chucky, I hope you see how Sparrow's outfit was real pretty. So to do best, you must dress like the test and jump with zest. Chucky, come up that scene, because you cannot whine like Francine. To suck the eye, you just can't cry. Juba Dubai. Bye. 5 years now you make finals, and yet you can't win the crown. Why? Because you're only singing some blooming slow stupid song. We think you're intelligent enough to know what to sing. Look is bacchanal and smart that caused you condemned to win. If you want to win the crown, sing about wine, women and song. Sing about your neighbor's wife. Sing about your own sex life. Shoki, I hope you see, Calypso and politics don't agree. Man, be aware that up there is sex there they want to hear. Shoki, the CDC will never crown you in this century, so don't rely on your war cry. Shuba Dubai. Wherever you are, you can sing the chorus with us. Attila the Hunchucky used to try the same thing. He sang your brand of songs, but he never end up winning. People don't like serious songs with big philosophy. Try and sing some more like it, simple and very jumpy. If you want to win the crown, certain words must be in your song. Words like fete and carnival, woman drunk with bacchanal. Chalky, to sing sweetly, you got to take a little honey. You can't hope to beat rope unless you smoke and take some dope. Chalky, the CDC does give them judges plenty whiskey, and when they get high, they don't like your cry. Juba Dubai. Special verse. Chalky boy, you just don't know. Rough tactics in Calypso, like bringing in your own crowd to boo down others or so, or get your opponents to drink gin mixed up with good cast wine, or send them judges that threats only so the crown will be thine. If you want to win the crown, steel bands must be playing your song. It must be on recorded tongue, or else they will ball you down. My friends, you have me wrong. My aim is really not to win crown, but until I die, they'll hear my cry. Juba Dubai. Thank you very much.
Dubai, yeah. All here, let me hear it.
That was the signature. That happened. That happened in 1973. Having sung in 1972, and that was the voice of the crowd singing.
Dubai.
So I always open my program with that song to bring back the times of the 70s, you know. What's the next song there? Calypso Hospital. Well, this one was what, 19? This was 2003. 2003, you know, everybody was talking about how the Calypso dead in town, and the Calypso will never reign again. And I told myself, I said, no, the Calypso is not dead, but the Calypso is sick in the hospital. Let me borrow one of them things, the high water. I always sung this song.
I'll go set you up. Don't worry, let me set you up nice.
Yeah. Because I always sung this one. I always sung this one with you.
I want to make it too tall.
Yeah. Let me dedicate this song to Roy Cape.
Put your mic right there. Right?
Because Roy Cape was one of the guys who had loved this Calypso, you know.
You have good height there?
Yes, good height here. So.
But I love that guy so too, you know.
Right, well, let me dedicate this one to Iwer and Roy Cape. Good lyrics. Calypso is not dead. 2003. Once upon a time, he walked with his head high in his village and yard. Up came a gang of outsiders passing by and beat up Calypso real bad. The gang ran amok, they cursed in the worst way, drugs and sex they glorified. They call themselves rock, rap, zouk, dub and reggae, and Calypso's house they occupied. Well, neighbors are wrong, like one Canon Farquhar, Albert Gums and Andrew Carr. They rushed to his side with bandage and stretcher, but Calypso was in a coma. But our bandit side, from them radio stations, they protected rap, reggae and them pageant. And whilst they petting with sex and bacchanal, poor Calypso sick in the hospital. Calypso in the hospital. Street music. In the hospital, them beverage manager, Julian, Charlie, Tantan Straker. The bad food give Calypso diarrhea and bacteria and runny blood to water. He bring for Calypso all kind of bush doctor, some crazy, some so-so, some bitter. All these bush doctors who cause Calypso sickness, they should jail them for malpractice. They send for past surgeons like Short Shirt and Swallow, cause them does operate with speed. But then a pharmacist by the name of Arrow, this greed make Calypso bleed. He raised Calypso hand from sunrise to sunset, and then gave Calypso a dose of rum tablets. And whilst his medicine brings him plenty capital, Calypso sick in the hospital. Calypso in the hospital. I used to call this one Iwer verse. Well, heart specialists like Frankie McIntosh fighting to make Calypso better. And interns like Bali and Defosto does rush with first aid and life water. But while specialists, Bali getting him stronger and power, the dietitian. Some young attendants like Boom Boom and his brother giving Calypso bad injection. They send for Papa Rocky he waiting in the mortuary, waiting to bury Kaiso. Then DJs on the radio give the play ready to announce his death on radio. And next to the mortuary have two undertaker waiting in the hearse, Hammer and Madonna. They plan to give Kaiso a sexy funeral, cause Kaiso sick in the hospital. Kaiso in the hospital. Yeah, like special verse. Special verse. It have 3 surgeons specializing in transplant, working on Kaiso heart. Dr. Devines, Dr. GB, Dr. Merchant, they split Kaiso part by part. They sell Kaiso brain, lungs, kidney and liver to Dorkyat, any buyer. Sometimes they buy back the part and sell over to who dying from soca fever. Well, 2 young doctors, Ronnie and Rudder, they bought a new sex machine to change Kaiso's heart, lungs and liver and put new rhythm in his spleen. But without real surgeons like Duke, Relator Sparrow, Kaiso will surely be dead by tomorrow. Cause young doctors now, they have him critical. Kaiso sick in the hospital. Kaiso in the hospital.
Oh, sick in the hospital. Chucky, I remember that one. I remember that one. That was a classic.
Those were good days in Spectacular, man.
You telling me?
Those were good days in Spectacular.
Telling me?
We had tent, man.
Yeah. Telling me there used to be some days, but it's going to come back.
Yeah, yeah.
It's coming back. We're back to the beginning.
Yeah.
We're going to start back from virtual.
Yeah.
And when we finish with the virtual and we see the Kaiso tent open, the crowd is going to come back to
I
the
remember
Kaiso tent.
I remember going up the island with that one boy I won. And men meet me and want to kill me because I talk about arrow. You know, I say raising Kaiso hand up and down.
Yeah, I can remember that.
Good days, man.
But remember when I and you used to go and tour with Spectacular
Of course, man.
in Antigua?
Antigua.
10, 15,000 people, and you used to be the only Calypsonian could have go on that stage. Big soca artists come to mash up the place, you know.
Yeah.
But listen to me now, they cannot mash up like Chalkdust. That is in soca time.
Soca time, yeah.
Soca time.
And they used to put me on sometime after the soca men sometimes.
And I they put you on after me. You had to struggle a little bit. But you get through. So let me just.
What about the version? What about Totola?
Oh, well, I and you is who I told him. It's I and you who. It's I and him who established Totola Carnival. He gave me one better piece of advice because the first year of the carnival, the big carnival, they used to have a small thing over the street. And they bring iron Chalkdust and we advise them, let's go in the big place. So we went over the street in the big place. But in order to develop the carnival, they wanted to record our show and give it away on cassette to people from Totola all over the world to promote the carnival. And we allowed them to do it. And the next year, Totola Carnival turned out to be one big festival. You remember that, Chalky?
Of course, man. And then you began to sing all them old time calypsos. Remember
Yeah, that is when I had to sing Gina and Dinah and all them songs there.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have no big set of repertoire. So I had to sing a little sparrow, a little kitchen, a little and make up my show. And it was well received. And I stay in Totola for 10 years after that. Yeah. I used to leave Canada. I used to perform in Canada on the Friday night. Get up in the morning, well, straight from the show, straight to the airport, go on the plane, fly from Canada to Miami, then fly from Miami to Puerto Rico, and then from Puerto Rico to Totola. I reached Totola 5:30 in the morning. So I come straight from a stage, I never sleep, and I reach to Totola. When I reach there, 5:30 in the evening, I go straight to a rehearsal, finish rehearse by 7:30, and come back for 10 o'clock to perform in the night.
And I sing about the woman from Road Tongue.
Yes.
I make a calypso about the old lady from Road Tongue.
Yes.
And all she tell me to sing about.
So all the Kaiso, is Kaiso all keep making the donation. Chalkdust sing the Kaiso.
But before I start to sing this one, let me tell you this one. This one was a big hit with people outside of Trinidad and Tobago, this one. You have to understand this one. This one is not for you here who listen to me, because all you lose all your culture. But this is a calypso which I was trying to show people, especially in New York and in Toronto, that many of us have gone to New York and Toronto, and we have lost the culture. But you don't lose the culture brap. You just lose the culture slowly. So this one is a calypso which I'm showing how you lose the culture of Trinidad and Tobago. I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoy doing it. I hope I remember it. It's called CNN Society. Lovely music. You pushed aside pan for cable TV. Now you have lost your identity and the culture your ancestors brought. Friend, you have exchanged it for CNN. Now you're wondering, how could it be? Where and when did you cross the sea to reach in CNN Society? I'll tell you when you find we food too spicy and hot, and you watch Penny and say, what is that? You go in, and instead of hot bread and black pudding, for English tea and biscuits you're craving, you go in. When the bushfire burn in your nose and coconut stain in your clothes, you can't bring meat with sugar, you must get ketchup and gravy, master. When you find dashing bush wouldn't do, you want spinach to make callaloo, and using blender to blend it too. Song the horn is to CNN, you're gone. Your culture gone. Yes, your culture gone to CNN. Your culture gone. Yes, your culture gone. Aha. Bye. Lovely music. Hear the bass man. Hear the bass man. Instead of Kaiso, you listen to rap. You fell in the soap opera trap. You never took time to understand mass. White Madonna, wrap your mind in a cast. Things went so fast you didn't even note when you took off your cultural coat and you jumped aboard the CNN boat. I'll tell you when you leave we cricket and Tanty Merle for baseball in Uncle McDonald's world. You're going. I see bad can't ease your poor your pain, and you can't walk barefoot on the beach again. You're going, you're going. When you can't take picong no longer, to drink a rum you must get chaser. The heating tongue is beyond control, and you find maracas water too cold. When you call in we black cake a pie, a little girl you calling a guy. No more good morning is now hi. A better roast corn is CNN. You're gone, your culture gone. Yes, your culture gone to CNN. Your culture gone. Yes, your culture gone. Gonna give you a special verse that I've never sung before. I was taking this one. Lovely music. Bum, bum, bum. You stop planting herbs in your backyard. No more ditter pay to be had. You brushing your teeth about 10 times a day, lad, cause you find smoke airing up your mouth, smelling bad. When these things happening to you, brother, it's time to stop and wonder. CNN have you hook, line and sinker. I'll tell you when you find we album you can't afford, and for the year you ain't buy a chalky record. You're going, you're going. In front of your children you start cursing, and the F word comes to you like nothing. You're going, you're going. Long ago when you want to sleep, you used to boil 3 hours of sleep. But nowadays to sleep soundly, you must lie down in front the TV. Long ago when you were young, your underwear used to be long, long, but you graduate now, you're wearing tongue. I better roast corn is CNN. You're gone, your culture gone. Yes, your culture gone to CNN. Your culture gone. Yes, your culture gone.
For Ainsley Edmund on his 70th birthday, God bless brother, keep your culture. And for Teresa, his loving wife.
Beautiful. CNN Society. So when I went all up in the States, etc., in London, those places, I always sang that Calypso, that CNN Society, because not for you listening here, but for those of us who have turned our back on Trinidad and Tobago and turned our back on the Calypso. You're losing your culture very slowly. Yeah. And then all of us Calypsonians, we were in the 1970s, and I'm sure I will tell you the same thing, that we were motivated to a large extent by NJAC and the Black Power Revolution of 1970. And we began to look at Trinidad and Tobago with new lens, etc., new perspective. And I came up with this one called the ANC Africa, because I found that so many people in Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean, they do all kind of things, but they don't see Africa. So this is one of the Calypsos. I always sing this Calypso in all my repertoires. Wherever I go, I always sing this Calypso. It's one of the ones I love because it's a true story. It has my rhythm, slow. It has my style. I composed this one I was in Jamaica. Chalkdust! I composed it in Jamaica. So if you hear a reggae chant, it's the Jamaica in it. Nice music. Para. Oh, ho, ho, ho. I see black women running from their race. They own black children they can't face. They don't know their roots has a glorious bloom. Blessed be the fruit of their womb. They just be acting as though they're ashamed of their history. They just be proud of other people's own. They just be glad to disclose their baby's ancestry, putting their child up on a false throne, not their own. For hear them boast to their friends and their neighbor, my baby's nose from his Spanish grandfather. My grandmother married a Chinese named Lau. That is why the eyes so pretty and he has such thick eyebrow. The dimple come from a husband's side whose great-grandfather was Irish. And watch how the eyes pretty and wide, cause my mother mixed with British. And watch at me, I'm Caribbean Portuguese, so me child here curly. But the baby black down to the eyeball, they see Africa at all, at all, at all, at all. I said the baby black like a voodoo doll, they see Africa at all. Oh, ho, ho, ho. I see black women running from their race. Foods from our table, they debase. If you hear them boast about how they does make French fry and French toast with Dutch steak. They have a name for all them foreign foods they using. Italian pizza, they murdering. Big African wedding, they serving Spanish rice with Scotch whiskey and French wine on ice. So feel nice. Chinese chow mein, serving in black christening. English muffin, when their son graduating. They just fry egg and call that Spanish omelette, and frying Irish potato with New Zealand butter in fat. Hungarian goulash and Irish stew is what they're preparing for lunch. They even going on a Lulu to drink up the Hawaiian punch. Yet when they brew, they're Moby and turn cuckoo and swizzle callaloo. On back their porn and tampon ball, they don't see Africa at all, at all, at all, at all. They're making yam and dashing look small, they don't see Africa at all. Gonna give you a special verse. Take this one, Dwayne O'Connor. Special verse, I've never sung this one yet, Iwer. I see black people running from their roots. They own black music, they debase. If you hear them boast about how they just dance to foreign music not by chance. They don't know the box bass and guitar come from Africa, the merengue, mambo and samba. Yet they know the origin of this Spanish tambourine and the Italian mandolin and violin. And hear them boast about the European piano, the clavichord, the lute and organ also. They just be glad to play the Yankee cornet, the Spanish castanet, the French horn, and the German clarinet. They're teaching their children that the Belgians invented the saxophone. They know that Rome gave Scotland bagpipes, while the bandola is Spain's own. Yet when they play jazz and calypso rhythms, bongo and shango drums, or the flute and ganja in their dance hall, they don't see Africa at all, at all, at all, at all. Xylophone and harp, let's have them enthralled. They don't see Africa at all. It's a pleasure. It's a real pleasure. You know, it's a real pleasure to bring back all those songs. But I want to close this program with a song that, you know, different people like different songs. You know. I remember Sparrow telling me he loved Juba Dubai. And when I asked him why he loved Juba Dubai, because he says, I really like this book. He said, I love Juba Dubai because he say, Chalky boy, they rob you bad. You should have been placed between King Sparrow and Kitchener. He said, you ain't go above Sparrow. So he loved this one. But the one that Duke, my partner, loved was a simple song. It's called One Caribbean. I said, why you like that? He said, Chalky, this is your best calypso. And Duke is saying that. Chalky, that is your best calypso. I said, why? He said, the lyric is poetry. Listen to it and see if you agree with Duke. Nice rhythm. Come here, Keith Mitchell from Grenada, Anthony from St. Lucia. Sit down at my feet, Baldwin Spencer, and my partner in Dominica. All you just play and forget Haiti. Like stick breaking all you hear. You Simmons and Douglas ain't going nowhere unless all you learn from today. That is one river, several streams, one roof cover, many beams, one skirt with pleats and hems, one tree with several stems, is one family, many cousins, one tapestry, several buttons, one mother, several children, one Caribbean, one Caribbean. Mighty Duke, Kelvin Pope. Pum, 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 pum. Look here, Patterson from Jamaica. Where would you sell your banana? You in the same boat as St. Lucia and Pierpont in Dominica. All you that stray them, forget Haiti. As though she's an outside baby. You Manning and Douglas ain't going away unless all you learn from today. That is one river, several streams, one roof cover, many beams, one skirt with pleats and hems, one tree with several stems, is one family, many cousins, one tapestry, several buttons, one mother, several children, one Caribbean, one Caribbean. I want to thank you very much for listening to me. But as all things, I always give you a last verse. St. Vincent. Come, 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 Gonzalez from St. Vincent. You is a man who does listen. Please tell these leaders they're stupidity to have more than one currency. Jamaica own and worth a farthing. Guyana own can't buy nothing. Tell Bajans and Antiguans stop laughing because when your neighbor house on fire, wet yours. Man, it's one river, several streams, one roof cover, many beams, one skirt with pleats and hems, one tree with several stems, is one family, many cousins, one tapestry, several buttons, one mother, several children, one Caribbean, one Caribbean. You might get you. One Caribbean. God bless you all. Stay safe and keep the faith. It was a pleasure, Iwer.
Really?
It was a pleasure to be here.
Dubai.
And I hope they enjoyed it. I hope they enjoyed all the songs.
Chucky, I enjoy every song.
Thanks a million, man.
I enjoy the advice that Juke give you and all. But all I just want to tell you, Juke didn't give you good advice. Because you have a better song than that song. And I want to select that song right now. This is the better song.
Yella.
Yella.
Christmas morning a helping my wife to put
pull up, weed.
Yeah. True story. Christmas morning a helping my wife to put up curtain. My big Paul cock started crowing. I said, yeah, somebody coming. Was Roy, Augustus and Scotty, Placid, Nancy and Jenny. Leave town and come to go Martin. Mopping drinks and singing, yeah, neighbor, wake up, it's Christmas morning.
Hold on, Chucky. We can't just sing that song just so. We have to bring back that tune. Come again.
Christmas morning a helping my wife to put up curtain. My big Paul cock started crowing. I said, yeah, somebody coming. Was Roy, Augustus and Scotty, Placid, Nancy and Teddy. Leave town and come to go Martin. Mopping drinks and singing, yeah, Roy, neighbor, get up, it's Christmas morning. Neighbor, it's bunch of cream we drinking. Neighbor, get up from your bed. Neighbor, slice up some cake and sweet bread with something sweet, something sweet, something sweet to pass in the mouth. Something sweet, something sweet, something sweet to pass in the mouth. Not salt, but sweet because they're drunk. Into my house, them diamonds walk. I gave them salted garlic pork with rum, scotch, and punch of creamer. Sorrel, ginger beer. I gave them salt biscuits to eat with salt nuts and good salt meat. But I even gave them a salt prune, but they can sleep in the tune. Yeah, they
Neighbor, get up, it's Christmas morning. Neighbor,
this bunch of cream we drinking.
neighbor,
Get up from your bed.
neighbor,
Slice up some cake and sweet bread with
something salt, something salt, something salt
for passing the morning.
something salt, something salt, something salt to pass in my mouth. That's the tune.
You make a good choice.
That's the tune.
I had to call on my neighbors to help me do them diamonds. Rupert Rivers, Carlos Samuel, Bridges Lano and Maxwell. The neighbors could up salt baby, with saltfish and good chewy. I get them labels and fault and begging for something soil.
Neighbor, wake up, it's Christmas morning. Neighbor, neighbor,
Get up from your bed.
neighbor,
We don't like cake and sweet bread without
something salt, something salt, something salt to pass in your mouth. Something salt, something salt, something salt to pass in your mouth. Something salt, something salt, something salt to pass in your mouth.
Why I tell you make a good choice? Before Merchant died, he come and confessed to me. He said, Chalky, I started to sing Calypso after I heard that.
After you hear the
After I
song,
heard that, man. Merchant.
this is a great song.
Something sweet.
Something sweet.
Because you see they're drunk.
Yeah.
So they can't say salt. So
Something
sweet.
sweet.
So
Something
pass in the
sweet.
mouth.
Something. Christmas morning, last verse. Neighbor, neighbor, wake up at Iwer Stage. Wake up.
Slice up some cake and sweet bread with
Something sweet, something sweet, something sweet to pass in my mouth. Something sweet, something sweet, something sweet to pass in my mouth. Something sweet, something sweet.
Get it now, Iwer, get it.
Something sweet, something sweet, something sweet to pass in my mind.
Into me house, them limers walk. I gave them salted garlic pork with rum, scotch, and punch of creamer. Sorrel, ginger beer. I gave them salt biscuits to eat with salt nuts and good salt meat. I even gave them a salt prune, yet they kept sitting in that shoe. Yeah, right.
Neighbor, wake up, it's Christmas morning.
Neighbor, this bunch of cream we drinking.
Neighbor,
Get up from your bed.
neighbor,
Slice up some cake and sweet bread with
something sweet, something sweet, something sweet to pass in my mouth. Something sweet, something sweet, something sweet to pass in my mouth. Something sweet.
God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Chalkdust.
God bless you.
Thank
God
you
bless
very
you.
much. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being part of this live experience of Calypso History Month. Give me a round of applause for Chalkdust. If you're on the live, send us some fire, send us some stars for Chalkdust, all the people on the live. But you know, during that tonight is Calypso History Month, we have another brother Calypsonian that he couldn't make it here tonight. I tried to call him to try and get him on the phone, and he said, Iwer, all you have to do is play this video I sending you, and I will be represented. And I would like, since we're on the story of something salt to put in your mouth, I would like to take this opportunity to play on the closing of Calypso History Month on Iwer Stage, a Calypso with the mighty Sparrow. Director.
I want to sing a song tonight that is going to have all you singing along with me and perhaps laughing a little bit. You have the key of C ready for me, sir? I want you all to join in the chorus. Let me hear the key again, sir. Are you ready to sing along? And when we reach to that particular part, I will explain to you as we go along. Saltfish, nothing in the world sweeter than fish. English cod or even Bajan saltfish. It's sweeter than meat when you want to eat. Let me hear you say, oh, saltfish sweet. No. When you reach to that particular part, you must say, all saltfish sweet. Ladies, one little practice. All saltfish sweet. Saltfish stew is what I like. So do. You must give me day and night. I like your food, so don't find me rude. He's my favorite. I show all the men in here already eat it. Saltfish. Nothing in the world sweeter than saltfish. English cod or even the hard Bajan saltfish. It's sweeter than meat when you want to eat. Tell them. Oh, saltfish sweet. Very well. I like the taste, though the smell sometimes out of place. It hard to take, so make no mistake. I want you to know it's because it's extra sweet. It smells so saltfish. Big money does run behind it. Saltfish. Man does even pull gun to find it. Saltfish. It's sweeter than meat when you want to eat. Let me hear you say, all saltfish. I want you to sing the chorus properly. All saltfish sweet. Some like it hot, some like it cold. No matter what, attacking young or old. When it's served with wine, man that's chew it fine. Put no pepper. The bone in the center does be sweet like sugar. Saltfish. Some men does get drunk to face it. Saltfish. Some does hide their face to taste it. Saltfish. It's sweeter than meat when you want to eat. Oh, saltfish sweet. I will die a happy man if I close my eye with some saltfish in my hand. Bury me in the cemetery any morning. Put a saltfish picture on my tombstone saying, saltfish. Sparrow was his greatest lover. Saltfish. He even adored the odor. Saltfish. It's sweeter than meat when you want to eat. Oh, saltfish sweet.
I hear a ponging on me door, darling. Who you looking for? This is Kenny G, and I'm inviting you to my virtual Christmas performance on Saturday the 31st of October 2020 from 8 p.m. in the comfort of your homes with family and friends. Streaming on Facebook at Iwer George and YouTube, on Iwer TV and Instagram at Iwer George. Feel free to make a donation. I want me brush, neighbor. Give me brush, neighbor.
Cause we come to mash it up, shell it down and turn it over. We come to mash it up, shell it down and turn it over. And now we mash it up, shell it down and turn it over. We come to mash it up, shell it down and turn it over.
Yo, I am Mark Isaacs and I will be on Iwer Stage on November the 4th from 6 p.m. Right? Join me as we lift up the name of Jesus together, right? Mercies it can't done, favor it can't done, over way. See you there.
Put on a smile and it goes on my back and out the door. And in my mind you start confronting me, but I can see them coming.